Good morning and welcome to the Grow Omaha Show, brought to you by Dingman's Collision Center. Thank you, Darcy, for that fine commercial. And Cheer Athletics. My tenacious co-host, Jeff Beals, has the weekend off. However, I am pleased to have two of our favorite guests, two people we admire greatly, and two people that are very active in the Grow Omaha media empire. Contributors Brad Williams and Chris Corey join me today. You know Brad as the creator of the Brad Williams Construction Update on Grow Omaha, the Brad Williams Photography page, and you know Brad as a partner and engineering, civil engineering tech at ENA Consulting Group. Brad, you're a busy guy. Welcome back.
Hey, good morning, Trenton. Thanks for having me back.
I want to thank you for all you do on our social media, everything, and just being an all-around great friend. I hope Mila and Barrett and Dana are listening.
Oh, they usually do.
It might be a podcast where we forgive you. It's a busy household.
I come home and they always seem to ask a question about something I said. So
very good. Your kids each have to have 3 questions, right?
That's a stretch.
Make a learning. Chris Corey and his wife Jen, who's behind the camera today, you can watch the videos, have been longtime backbone as the creators of GrowOmaha.com, the website, which they recently entirely revamped with daily news briefs from numerous writers and contributors. In addition to finding weekly market, or in addition to working on the weekly market reports, which go out every Thursday afternoon, you can get up to the minutes announcements on what's happening in Omaha, and Chris makes it all possible. He is also the creator of the Omaha Eats, Grow Omaha Eats food reviews and movie reviews. Welcome to this side of the microphone and camera, Chris.
Thank you, Trenton. Good morning.
Good morning, and it's great to have you guys here, and without you, Jeff and I would be nothing. So we appreciate that. I also want to talk to a few other people. We talked about the newly revamped website that Arbor Creative, that you and your family, which is a family affair, Arbor Creative, arboromaha.com, which is Chris and Jen Corey and their son Alex Corey are very busy. Check that out. But we also have contributing writers that really populate growomaha.com. And so it's not just wait for the newsletter every Thursday that you guys work so hard on and see the video of this after it's put up there by you guys. But Nicole Buntkin is a media professional who has been very active, involved in Omaha since she moved here early 2021. She combines her love of food and people with her writing expertise to craft stories, articles, and bite-sized snippets about the Metro's growth. In addition to her Grow Omaha contributions, she is the marketing manager of Toast Real Estate Group. Nicole is the author of her memoir, Onward and Upward. So we appreciate Nicole's contribution. She really handles retail, new restaurants that are coming to town, entertainment, and things that really make Omaha pop and fun. And then also, you've read articles about transportation. We're really lucky to have an industry veteran. Eric Miller is the senior transit planner of Fistberg, Holt, and Olivig, a transportation engineering company that was founded 40 years ago and has been in Omaha since 2004. Eric has a 20-year career in the transit industry that includes more than a decade of regional transportation district in Denver, planning and implementing the Fast Tracks rail and bus system. He has also worked as a consultant for various companies that included rail projects in Los Angeles, San Francisco, Salt Lake City, Chicago, Minneapolis, St. Paul, and New York City. Eric's professional background allows him to write interesting and educational articles about transportation in Omaha. He explains the different types of transportation from bus, rapid transit, light rail, heavy rail, whatever they call it. And he wrote an article about whether the streetcar should eventually expand to the airport.
Yeah, I've known Eric for 20 years now, and there's not someone that's more passionate about transit in this city than Eric. He knows everything, all the details, and he just loves to get in the details of transit. And
he really likes it. Isaiah Eng is also a contributor He gets on the planning board website, sees the cases on there, construction projects, and other developments around town. He is an attorney and commercial underwriter for Title Corps National, and we welcome him to our team as well. So thank you all for contributing to all that. And it is now time to talk about one of our favorite sponsors, and that is Cheer Athletics. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have kids or grandkids who would want to develop tumbling and stunting skills, you should check out Cheer Athletics Omaha. That's Omaha.com. And register your athlete to join All-Star Cheer Revolution, located at 146 and Gold Coast Road in Papillion. Cheer Athletics Omaha competes at the highest level of all-star cheer, which differs from traditional schools cheerleading teams where it's more competitive and they travel a lot more, and your kids really learn life skills. And if you listen to last week's show, we had the owner, Craig Wolf, on, and he talked about their plans for the future, a 34-acre campus in Gretna. So we're very happy to have Cheer Athletics as one of our major sponsors. And it is now time for News of the Week, sponsored by Eagle Mortgage. You know Eagle Mortgage because we talk about them every week, and also a lot of you have used them. And give Holly a call at Eagle Mortgage, EagleMortgageCompany.com, and they can help you out, give you a pre-approval letter. When you go out on the market, you need to be able to, number one, show that you're approved. Number two, work with somebody that will shop the market, not just go to one bank, not just go to one lender, but we trust Eagle Mortgage to help you get your next house. Well, the development news of the week, there's been a lot of stuff going on. Brad, you heard about the Alliance Sports, the owner of the Union Omaha soccer team, announced its selection of a development manager and design firm for its mixed-use development. This is a 18-acre site right next to the Gallup campus along Abbott Drive. And Heinz, who is a very recognizable name in Omaha.
Yeah, Heinz has done a lot of great projects around town over the last
They're huge.
20 years. Yeah, they're nationwide or worldwide company, but they just finished up the Brickline building down on the old Conager campus. And if anyone's going to be capable of getting this project forward, they're definitely one of them.
Do we need another sports and entertainment district? So we have the area still kind of getting developed around Charles Schwab Field and the convention center, which is getting $100 and something million addition and renovation. And they're talking about shops, hotels, restaurants along Abbott Drive.
Yeah, I'm not sure how all the details work out, but somehow they keep all these arenas and stadiums keep coming to town and they keep working. So obviously there's enough interest, enough fan base, and enough other things going around that are making them work, and hopefully this one's as successful as some of the others.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've come a long way in the last 25 years since the Civic Auditorium for pretty much everything in the music hall, and then Holiday Inn Central, where every chamber event seemed to be held, the Big O show and all that kind of stuff. And so our town is growing into a fairly sized big city.
I think a lot of things with the convention center is, not every convention is a huge publicized event. And there's tons of, I don't know if you want to call them secret, but more quiet events that come to town that are geared towards a specific audience. And so there's a lot going on here that we don't even know about.
A lot of, whether it's high school, college, industry, trade shows, and things like that, that if you're not in that industry, you may not hear about it. But if you are a restaurant down in the old market, or you have services that are providing to them, Wren's Display, for example, does an amazing job, and they keep busy in Omaha.
What's cool about Wren's is they take my photos and make them huge, and I get to see these pictures that are 30 feet long. So
excellent. That's a big negative. That's a big negative in a positive way to make that picture.
I haven't used a negative in 25 years.
Okay. See how up I am on your technology? The city of Omaha is budgeting $20 million for a new combined downtown police precinct and fire station. Mayor Stothert confirmed that the new precinct is not the same project as the public safety headquarters, which will combine the Omaha Police Department and Omaha Fire Department headquarters. That project is still in the planning. that's going to be a major thing for downtown as well.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of people that are really asking about when that's going to happen or when that's going to be announced. So I think everyone thought that this precinct was going to be the big announcement, and so you'll still be waiting for the big one.
So Eppley Airfield, we all know that they're in the middle of about $1 billion worth of expansion and renovation, and we know why they're doing it, because Eppley Airfield celebrated consecutive record-setting months. In May, Eppley recorded all-time high of 205 passengers in 1 month. The record did not last long, because in June it ended up with a total of almost 515,000 passengers. As of the end of July, the total passenger count is up 6.8% compared to the same period last year. I know it's not for discount tickets.
No, the airport has been so busy. I flew both June and July, and I've never seen any of the lines there as long as I have. I mean, it's still not like a big, huge airport. We were waiting in, hour-long lines. It's still convenient, but it's busier than I've ever seen it.
And that's we like that. Clarity Development has begun work on the Historic Service Life building on the northwest corner of 19th and Farnham Street, according to KMTV. The $25 million project will convert the 7-story building into 54 affordable housing units with street-level commercial space. Completion is planned for fall of 2025. That's one of the things. We always get feedback whenever we announce fancy apartment projects and things like that. There's a lot of followers that have a problem with upscale apartment projects.
Yeah, they're always asking for more affordable units.
So we could use that. The City of Bellevue, this is a big one. The Nebraska Department of Economic Development approved the City of Bellevue's Good Life District application, according to the Nebraska Examiner. With that 575-acre site is the future of 100,000 square foot indoor-outdoor water park and the Prairie Hill Farm Development. Bellevue joins several already approved Good Life districts. Avenue 1 development near 192nd and West Dodge Road that we don't know much about because we haven't seen any announcements or plans for that. And then Nebraska Crossing in Gretna, and there's one in Grand Island. And it allows for half of the 5.5% of the state sales tax reduction to be put back into that project. There's a process for it to be done. And so Omaha is one of the cities that don't have a major amusement park, one of the biggest cities without entertainment like that. And they're doing this all indoors, but they plan to have hotels and restaurants. And again, this is another district that I don't know. I don't think it'll be visible from I-29, will it?
Not from I-29, but from Highway 75, it'll be right there.
Yeah. So that'll be good. We wish the City of Bellevue a lot of luck on that. And I know that there's some folks in our office that have been working hard with the City of Bellevue to make that possible. So with that, it ends our Development News of the Week, sponsored by Eagle Mortgage Company. Go to eaglemortgagecompany.com. I'm going to be back with Chris Corey of Arbor Creative and Brad Williams with 15 other things right after this commercial break. And welcome back to the Grow Omaha Show. I am Trenton Magid. Jeff Beals is enjoying time with his family this weekend. And I am back with Brad Williams and Chris Corey. Everybody knows Brad because he's been around for so long. We think it's been about 12 to 15 years, I think.
Yeah, I think 2011. I'd have to go look at. Jeff used to send me CDs every time I was on, so I have to go look for my CD.
Yeah, I'm going to talk to him about that. But he's really grown it. So we, with all of our help, and we'll give him a pass for not sending out CDs now that we have podcasts, and he doesn't have to send those out. I want to thank our title sponsor, Dingman's Collision Center. Not only are they good family friends, but I've taken my car there many times, unfortunately and fortunately, and they've done a fabulous job. Another family-run business. We're talking about a lot of family-run businesses here. And they've been in business since 1996 in Omaha. 4 locations, Northwest, Midtown, Omaha Southwest, and Papillion. It is my pleasure to help them find the most opportune locations. Brothers Andy and Travis have really taken over the reins from Boyd, and very excited to see what they're doing, and so highly recommend Dingman's Collision Center for all your auto needs. They are easy to find. Well, this show would not be possible without some Omaha transplants, and the Corey family. They started questioning themselves, and Chris Corey, who is CEO of Arbor Creative, arboromaha.com. What makes you and Jen and your son Alex pick up, what was it, 7 years ago?
Yeah, it's almost to the date, 7 years ago.
And who was throwing the dart at the map of the United States in order to decide where to go?
You know, that would probably be Jen's brother. He moved here probably 7 years before we came out here. And we had just lost Jen's mom and her dad and all that. And so her brother Mike had just had his first only daughter. And we came out for a visit. And we were here for 2 weeks. And I think just fell in love with the area. And we were walking through his neighborhood, just taking a walk on a nice sunny summer day. And I turned to Jen and said, I could see us moving here. And then she said, yeah, I agree, for the first time ever. And then Alex...
She agreed with you for the first time ever. That's pretty good.
Well, yeah. Well, about where to move, like leaving Washington State. And we were also with our son and our daughter, and Alex was pretty young at the time, and said, yeah, this would be great. And then Jessica, who was just about to graduate high school, was like, well, see you guys. I'm staying in Washington, So,
and she's visited a couple times because I've seen her at your house.
Yep.
So running a business in Omaha, Nebraska, I know you kind of immersed yourselves into the Papillion community and joined a lot of clubs and things like that. How would you compare starting up and running a business, now it's been 7 years, to somewhere like Seattle?
Well, it's almost been 10 years for us in business. We started in 2014, and then moving here 3 years after that. I'll say starting in the Seattle area was a little bit more difficult, a little bit more harder to find traction because there was a lot of video production companies that were small like us doing something similar. So it was kind of hard to stand out, which, once we gain clientele, it was fairly easy to do. But when we realized we were moving out here, we spent about a year and a half checking out neighborhoods, trying to figure out where we're going to move to. And then Jen's brother was friends with NISA at the Sarpy County Chamber of Commerce at the time, and helped get us involved there. We joined the chamber, I think, in 2016, so a few months before we moved out here. And we would come out to visit. We'd go to the chamber events and started to kind of get to know people. But I'll tell you, getting to know people out here was a night and day difference. It was so much easier to become a part of the business community.
And we hear that a lot where, Omaha, people will give you a warm welcome. But if you get a reputation, a bad reputation, that starts to spread just as easily as a good one, like a lot of places. But I always say that Omaha is a wonderful place that you don't get rich overnight, but you get wealthy over a lifetime.
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I can totally see that.
So you guys in Omaha, you're well on your way. Go to arboromaha.com and give us kind of an overview of what Arbor Creative does.
Well, we started out doing video production and back in Seattle, and then we started to get into web design and development by necessity because we were following up with clients to see how their videos were doing, and they were like, well, we love the videos, they're great, but we don't know what to do with them. And so we're like, yeah, we need to help our clients figure that out. And so, partnering with some other web companies as well to try to help that, we kind of learned what they were doing, and then we started offering that to our clients. So we've grown into, from video production to web design and development to now marketing, digital marketing, SEO, things like that, kind of by necessity as our clients needed it. And it's been a lot of fun to learn. I kind of have a natural tendency to learn this kind of thing, so it's been great. And our son joining our team has more of a natural tendency for that.
Alex?
So, yeah, Alex. Yeah, he
was born into it. It's a natural, just like a 3-year-old can run the TV.
Well, I'll tell you, he's what he's doing with coding and things like that. I always look and see what he's working on. And I'm like, you're so far ahead of where I'm at. So it's really great to see.
And then you started. We got acquainted because you, for years more, you did work for JeffBeals.com, which
right.
A lot of you know that the big voice guy on the show sitting in the seat usually. Jeff is an international speaker. Does a lot of stuff in the United States as well as, but also travels, and it's sales training. he is really focused on the commercial real estate industry, but he does all types of things. And you help him with a company called Arbor as well.
Yes, that's right.
And so you started with him. How long ago do we think?
I think we were only here about 3 months before we first met Jeff. That's how fast networking happened for us. And then we started off doing jeffbeals.com with his public speaking site that branched out into Dealmakers, which was his commercial real estate sales training program. And then having a sales background myself, I said to Jeff, I'm like, this needs to be a program that's more mainstream for the broader sales perspective. And the more we talked about it, the more it made sense to kind of partner up. And so Bragbird's just been a great ride, and a lot of great positive feedback from that.
So like you didn't have enough on your plate running a business and handling, and you can see a lot of their clients on arboromaha.com. You took it upon yourself when we wanted to up our game on restaurant reviews a few months ago. You kind of just started doing it, and you also have movie reviews, but the restaurant reviews, they're both great, and people can see them on growomaha.com. You have a knack, and anybody that's fortunate enough to at your house or anywhere else, if you and Jen are doing the cooking, it's going to be a good meal. So to say you're foodies, you're definitely gourmets to say the least, and give us a take on the restaurant reviews.
No, that happened kind of happenstance. Sarah had moved on, and Jeff told me that her last review was coming out, and I had already talked to Jeff because of the Grow Omaha expansion. I already talked to him about possibly doing movie reviews just because it seems like it might make sense. And the more we talked, it seemed like, hey, you know what? Why don't I try to fill in? I'll do a couple restaurant reviews and see how it goes. And I mean, I love writing about movies, but I love food too. So it's just kind of natural to write about food. So it looks like I'm going to be your food critic for a while. So.
Yeah, and I'm sure a long time. And Allmake stepped up. They were sponsoring another part of the newsletter, and then they read your reviews. And I know Amy Zetzman and Jeff Kavich are Jeff's classically trained at Metro, the Culinary Institute, and Amy's been a gourmet chef forever. So we need to take our middle of the show break. When you come back to the Grow Omaha show, we're going to talk to Brad Williams about everything that he does, as well as what's happening in the Omaha development circles. You're listening to Trenton Magid, Brad Williams, and Chris Corey right here on 1110 KFAB. And welcome back to the Grow Omaha show, brought to you by Dingman's Collision Center and Cheer Athletics. I am Trenton Magid. Jeff Beals is not here today, and I am joined by Brad Williams and Chris Corey. It is time for the Real Estate Development Spotlight, sponsored by Noddle Companies. Noddle Companies by Landmark Developments, both in Omaha and throughout the Midwest and other places in the country. They have huge campuses for Kiewit in Denver. They built the Builders District, which includes Kiewit University and the Kiewit headquarters. They built the Valmont headquarters, River's Edge and Council Bluffs, and Exarban Village, as well as First National Business Park back in the day. So this time, I want to talk about some of their philanthropy and things that Noddle Companies immerses themselves in. And Noddle Companies is part of Open Omaha, the awesome annual event brought to you by Omaha by Design, highlighting Omaha and Council Bluffs' most impeccable destinations. This year, Noddle Companies is featuring their brand new hybrid timber building at 1501 Mike Fahey Street, and a brand new townhomes at Rojas at Elmwood Park at 5301 Elmwood Plaza. Next Saturday and Sunday, August 3rd and 4th. Needless to say, those projects have impeccable design. I highly recommend everybody get out there. You can find an app on the App Store or Google, and basically they feature 75 venues this year. It's 17% higher than 2023. And participating places like Lauritsen Gardens, ConAgra's Test Kitchen, Metro Community College's Institute of Culinary Arts, Union Pacific Railroad Museum in Council Bluffs, the Omaha Mounted Patrol Barn with all the horses, which is kind of cool. So check it out. If you're looking for something to do next weekend, the 3rd and 4th, check it out. And Not All Companies is a sponsor of that event. So thanks for that. Brad Williams, it's been a pleasure knowing you for more than 20 years. And we got to know each other mainly through, was it for photography, or were you already at ENA?
I think I was at ENA the first time I met you.
Okay. And for 30 years, working on developments, I'm a recovering land developer and represent a lot of land developers, people that are buying and selling buildings and land and doing leases. It's been a lot of fun, but ENA is a company that has been around a lot longer than you and I. And
coming up on 60 years pretty soon.
60 years. You are a civil engineer tech, and you're a partner in the business. And I've done a lot of business with ENA, and they've done a lot of business with me. And I sold their building, and I'm about ready to sell it again. But you guys are already
sell our old building again.
Yeah, you're long gone from that one. But anyway, it seems like ENA has just been busier than ever. And you're seeing, we talk about these new districts and these new projects. Not that we have a lot of time, but give people an idea of from start what ENA does.
So I work on the planning team, so I'm on the very front end of things. Someone will come to us, a real estate agent or a developer, just someone that owns a piece of ground, and say, what can we do here? And, brainstorm, come up with some concepts, work with them, try to decide, what would be the best use of land, what they want to see on it, what the city might want to see on it. And we come up with an idea, get it on paper. We can make some really pretty pictures of what we have for an idea. And then if they decide they want to go forward, then we have the whole range of services. We'll get it through planning board, through city council, and then on to the engineering phase where my team will hand it off to the engineering team. They'll get the construction plans done. They get the stuff out to bid. And then we have a survey department that will do everything from survey the ground initially all the way up through construction staking at the end. We have an environmental services team that will monitor the construction site throughout the construction to make sure you're complying with all the environmental rules. And then we have a construction administration team that will make sure that everything is getting built according to plan. And then when we're done, hopefully you made a lot of money, you come back and do it all over again.
It's that easy, ladies and gentlemen.
That easy.
I've been involved in a number of projects, and most of them through ENA and using ENA's fine stable of services. And I recommend them highly. Jason Thielen, our friend, is the CEO of that organization. So on top of that, and everything that you do for Grow Omaha Show, the Grow Omaha Brad Williams construction report, you go out usually with your camera, video, stills. Sometimes you get a helicopter, sometimes you have a drone, and you've kind of made a name for yourself with a lot of corporations at Omaha doing time lapse and kind of showing them their progress as well.
Yeah, I've always had an interest in construction and development, and living here in Omaha, there's no shortage of construction development, so it's kind of been a natural fit with my photography. To be honest, I love going out in the mountains and hiking and taking some beautiful scenery pictures, of the sunrise over mountains. But around here, I have a lot of fun out seeing what's going on and taking pictures and documenting it.
So, ladies and gentlemen, if you go to bradwilliamsphotography.com, you'll see you can get on there, you can order pictures, you can have custom pictures made, but whether it's landscapes, he doesn't do a lot of portraits or family pictures or weddings or anything like that. None. But you're at the art shows like at Rockbrook and Countryside. You're easy to find, and a lot of companies hire them to get art on their walls, basically.
Yeah, if you want to see it in person, I always think it looks better in person than on a computer screen or even worse, your phone. But if you want to see the big pictures printed in person, ready to hang on the wall, stop by the Rockbrook Village Art Fair. The weekend after Labor Day, Saturday and Sunday, I'll have a lot of cityscapes, Omaha skyline pictures there, and then as well as my landscape pictures.
Or if you have a big monitor, go to bradwilliamsphotography.com. great story. You posted on your site and on the our Facebook page on Grow Omaha a picture of the night shift, the tower crane above Mutual Omaha's ever-growing tower. Tell us that story.
So I've had this idea of the tower crane moving at night. It's really well lit. It has these really bright LED lights all the way out on the tower crane arm. And so one night I was downtown. I was just getting ready to take a normal, regular skyline picture that I like to take, and I noticed the crane was lit up and moving. So I changed plans. I went over, got underneath it with a wide-angle lens, and then got some pictures of the crane, and it was picking stuff up on the block east of the tower, supplies, and lifting them up on top of the tower on the west side of the crane. So I was getting these really cool, they looked like a big rainbow, or you said it looked like a menorah in the sky. And I posted them on the Grow Omaha pages, and the crane operator actually that was working that night saw them, and he reached out to me. He's part of a group, and also of getting people in the trades, and also part of the union. And he asked if they could use it on their union, and I said, well, you can, but I have a better idea for an even cooler picture. And I told him that I wanted a picture of the crane going all the way around, not a half circle. I wanted the full circle. So we worked out that when the crew went on break, he would put the crane in a full 360. And so I went back down there, got the picture, and it looks like this cool, I don't know, alien ship or something in the sky above downtown Omaha.
He's making donuts in the sky.
Yeah.
But that is really amazing.
I'm always amazed how, I'm not amazed, but I am how many people follow the Grow Omaha page and how many people see the Grow Omaha posts. And, I'll just bump into people here and there, and they'll say, I really like that picture you did on Grow Omaha. So it's the reach of Grow Omaha is huge.
I really like that picture too.
And if we had any more time, you can find Brad. He also has another side hustle, and it's really just a fun thing. Is Beer with Brad? You're up to like a 75. How many? What episode are you on? Do you think?
I think next one will be 42.
Wow.
So that was just a fun. I wanted to make a podcast about photography, just kind of explain some of the backstories and go through some pictures. And I like craft beers, so I thought it was a great combination just to combine the two, where I show a local craft beer, usually a local craft beer, and then talk about some photography.
Excellent. Well, we have one more short break before we wrap the show up with the Perkins Kreitzer Construction Lightning Round. We've got a lot of new restaurants and businesses coming into Omaha. Not a lot of closings. Our economy is strong. So you're listening to Trenton Maggot and Brad Williams and Chris Corey. We'll be right back in 2 minutes and 2 seconds on 1110 KFAB. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you've been waiting a long time for this. Just when you thought it wasn't coming to Omaha, the Fulling Warehouse Omaha is fixing to open in a couple weeks. And Fulling Warehouse, you ask what it is. It's the newest indoor recreation sporting facility combining elements of bowling and football. Imagine this, 50,000 feet, 5585 North 90th Street, 2 blocks north of 90th and Fort, on the east side in Baker Square. It's basically it's got I think it's got like 20 lanes. You have teams of 4, and they come in and they throw footballs at bowling pins. And this thing, they have multiple locations around the country. They also have a full bar and entertainment and rental facilities. Who would have thought?
It sounds like someone had a backyard bar and decided, hey, this would be a great business to open.
But it took off, and it's well funded. Check out it's spelled FOWLING, Fulling Warehouse, and it's good. I mean, we're getting to be a big city. We need Fulling, so I had to add Fulling to my dictionary on my computer. By the way, other fun things happening is Cone Azucar Cafe, a new cafe located inside of Isla Del Mar Restaurant 2, which will host a soft opening today, 2502 South 133rd Plaza. That's over by Dave & Buster's. This is the first franchise that's in Nebraska. They're also in San Jose, California. It's a little piece of Mexico in every sip, and in every smile, and in every shared moment they claim. So, have you guys been to Isla del Mar?
I have not.
No, not yet.
My wife doesn't like octopus, so we kind of stay away from there. But they have a lot of other things. What were you saying, Brad?
We'd like to thank Perkins Chrysler Construction for sponsoring the lightning round.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for that. If you go to p-cconstruction.com, Perkins Chrysler Construction, you see their signs a lot of places, but where you see them big and beautiful now is that beautifully rebuilt strip center on the west side of 114th north of Dodge. We announced that the Funny Bone is going to be moving from Village Point down there, along with a beer arcade down there, so that's kind of exciting as well. Perkins Chrysler has a experienced construction team of project managers, administrators, superintendents, carpenters, and laborers, many with over 30 years of experience in the industry. Go to p-cconstruction.com and check out Chrysler. Thank you for sponsoring the lightning round, and thank you, Brad, for reminding me where we get our bills paid. Have you guys heard about this new app in Omaha, the Too Good to Go app, the world's largest B2C, which I assume is business to consumer marketplace for surplus food, was recently launched in Omaha. The app helps reduce food waste by connecting users with discounted surplus food from restaurants and retailers. Current area retailers include Krispy Kreme, sign me up, and Whole Foods and Regency. It's a good idea. You always wonder what happens. I mean, if a restaurant doesn't sell something, and if they're all about fresh, if it's a day old, it's still great.
It's interesting, the Krispy Kreme aspect of that. I thought those donuts sold soon as they came off the line there.
Yeah, and well, they do, but they also have they put them in stores as well.
Gotcha.
But I think they'll last at least a day. Yeah. Chris,
doesn't Panera Bread do something like that too?
I would imagine.
Yeah, I think they donate to the homeless or something.
I'm all for it. I'm sure they're concerned about liability and things like that. But if the homeless can eat well, I'm all for it.
For sure.
And if we can reduce our food waste, count me in. Well, the music is playing, but we still have a few seconds. And Brad, I want to thank you for everything you do at E&A Consulting, Brad Williams Photography.com, and for the Grow Omaha Show.
Hey, thanks. I appreciate it. It's a lot of fun to do.
And Chris, thanks to you and Jen and Alex for helping us keep the show together and running socially. And we look forward to a long, healthy relationship with all of you.
We do too. Grow Omaha's got a bright future.
Thank you. See you next week.
If you like this video, be sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons. And remember, Grow Omaha is not just media. This is a mission. We are trying to build up Omaha and make it an even better place. We can only do that with your help. Share this video with your friends, neighbors, and family.